Top of the morning to you. The sun is starting to fire up the sky behind me, but in front of me it's all blue sky, I believe. All I can see are stars, so we'll get this day started, and at least we'll have a morning full of good weather, I hope. It rained all night. Everything's fresh and new. So the reason I stopped where I did last night down in the trees is I didn't want to get caught up here in the open if that storm did come through. And I slept through most of it. I don't know really how bad it got, but you know, my tent wasn't trying to blow off the foundations. I think we just had a lot of rain. But if you do get into a wind event, there's just nothing to protect you up here. And you know, I think that Durston tent would take a good blow, but I don't feel as comfortable as if I had my Hilliberginen. You know, I've been in some blows with that, so I have the experience to know that it's going nowhere and I can keep sleeping. Starting to look like a Arizona Trail sunrise this morning. But we're in Colorado. So it's hard to gauge distance out here, but I've got about 4.5 miles and 1,200 feet of climbing to get to the highest point on the Colorado Trail, so I'm thinking it's up there somewhere. We'll find out. Let's get going. Somebody lost part of their pack saddle moving up through here. Must have had too much weight on it. Looks like one side's broken. That's not the trail, but it could be part of the old route. I remember in '99 when especially coming into Grand Lake, after Berthoud Pass, you're up at over 13,000, and there was no trail at the time, but there were these huge rock cairns, and I thought, well, I mean, they looked impossible, down and up, and I can remember thinking, well, if they can build them, I can follow them. And that's what I followed all the way into Grand Lake. But my trail this morning's going up this way. And I think that's probably the top, you know. I keep thinking your horizon out here is limited. So like this morning I said, well, that's probably it up there. Well, I got up there and there was another higher mountain ahead of that, and I thought, well, that must be it. And I got to the top of that and there was this one. So I've only got less than 2 miles, so I'm thinking this one is really it. We'll find out. So my random thought for today: cockpit problems. If you watch my videos, I talked about the kid that had the inReach and really didn't know how to use it. And I had cockpit problems this morning, so I bought this Nikkor headlamp torch for one reason. You know, I had a Zipski for many years. Loved that light. You know, it had a retractable head thing you could put on, but it always turned on in my pack, and it was batteries, and it'd be dead. So then I ended up having to put it in a little vitamin bottle, which just added more weight just so it wouldn't get turned on, and that took up more real estate in my pocket, hip belt pocket. So I went to this Nikkor, and I mean, it has a lot more features than that light also, but the real reason I bought it is you just push down on these 2 buttons and it locks it. So the chances of two buttons getting pressed at the same time in your pack and turn this light on are pretty nil. And as small as these little buttons are, they do get turned on. Even my inReach sometimes gets turned on in my pocket. But anyway, so I have that capability, bought it for that capability, and just forgot to hit both buttons when I turned it off last time. Turned on in my pack, burn out. So I just I do have, you know, that's the redundancy can help in many situations. And so my Panther Vision hat that I use pretty much in my tent at night, keep it in my other side pocket. For some reason, you know, because the lights stick out in front of the button never gets pushed on that. And it is batteries, whereas, you know, you can recharge these. But anyway, so this morning I had to use my Panther beanie cap lighted hat, which worked out fine. But again, it's batteries, so I usually don't walk with that in the morning. I walk with this. But having a backup is not always a bad plan. Keep smiling. So this is as Rocky Mountain high as you get on the Colorado Trail. And don't think it's all downhill from here to Durango, because this trail undulates under 10 to over 12 every day. So it gives you a real appreciation for what 1,000 foot of vertical gain or loss is every day. Also let you look and see what weather's coming in. So Colorado has a hard time making up its weather mind. I've had my patrol poncho on and off all day. Still have my chaps on, but I'm even going to have to lose those when I stop for lunch in a few minutes. Because right now, all I have is blue skies shining on me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. And that's a good thing, because they were calling for 85% thunderstorms today. But give it time. They may come yet. It ain't pretty, but in a wind-driven rain, it's warm and it's dry. That's all that matters. Almost as green as Ireland out here. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day for day 22. Getting enough rain for a rainbow, so I think it's time to pack it in. Had enough rain today. I'm all rocked down again because I'm kind of out in the open, but I found a little swale here that should protect me from some wind. Anyway, tomorrow's another day. Keep smiling.